Hello guys, it's Randall with BitRaged. So I'm going to do a quick video update for you guys here for Bitcoin. Not much has really happened all day, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have another jump in price, literally from 8,500 to 8,900, almost hitting that 9,000 mark. There's a couple things I want to address here, I want to look at quickly, and some of my opinions. I want to make something very clear here. These are my opinions on the market. They're, I think, very well-based and founded opinions, but they are opinions. So you need to make a decision based on the evidence and the facts you have, and I wish you the very best on that. I still believe that this is a trap. Now, I could be wrong, and if we break over 9,000, specifically 9,100, the chances of us continuing bullish are much greater and stronger. We should see buyer support come in after that point. Right now, a lot of what we're seeing appears to be simply wash trading. It appears to be pure manipulation to either boost the price or more specifically, more likely, in my opinion, to break down and clear out the shorts. And interestingly enough, the long positions aren't really coming in right now. So that again tells us that the buyer support isn't quite there yet. I do believe that after that 9,100 to 9,100 point, we should see buyer support if this continues. And one of the reasons why is we actually have a sell wall. At literally right below 9,000. So within $1 of 9,000, you have a wall, and it's literally 300 to 400 Bitcoin depending on the moment you're trading. So we have several scenarios that could play out here. First of all, the daily has not closed yet. If it closes where we are at, we do have a breakout on the log chart for our long-term trend line, which has never happened yet. It has not happened until this point. The linear chart, we did have false breakouts. We mentioned those in previous videos. You can watch our older videos for that. On the log chart, we have not broken out yet, and we have not even broken out today until literally within this past hour as I'm recording this. I know there's people saying this morning we broke out, and they were drawing their trend lines wrong. They were not accurate trend lines. This is the most accurate trend line, in my opinion, for the log chart. So a couple scenarios that could play out. We still have a little bit of time left for the daily to close. The daily could suddenly drop bearish and close below the line. Not likely. Another scenario, the next daily could turn bearish. That's possible. Or we could continue up bullish, and we could attempt to break through that 9,000 line. And at that point, I am anticipating 9,000, 9,100. We should bounce off that if we do end up hitting that. And we should bounce off it hard, and then we should come back down. Because, again, I believe that this push up is pure manipulation. I don't think there's buyer support behind it. I don't think we're going to see buyer support behind it until we break through 9,100, if we can break up to that point. If we do start breaking down, the points to look at are specifically 8,800, 8,500, and a break below 8,500 would probably send us back into the 7,000s most likely. If you want to look at a interesting Twitter account, this Twitter account actually auto posts when people get liquidated for Bitcoin. And if you scroll down here, you can see 1 million Bitcoin, 1,400,000, 4 million Bitcoin, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 2 million, 2 million, 8 million, 10 million, 2 million, 1 million. You can see this happened here in the last hour. And again, at least some of this is wash trading. So not all of this is actually, people getting liquidated. Some of it definitely is. I really can't tell you how much is wash and how much is real people getting liquidated. I do know that we're not seeing the longs come in, so I don't think that there's a ton of people actually making long positions right now, because I think people are scared and afraid, and really they don't have a lot of faith in the market at this point to place long positions, because it has been so manipulated. Alright, so this is the chart on TradingView, which actually shows the short positions for Bitfinex. And if you look at this, just happened here. All right. So about an hour. That's about an hour worth. Now, if you look back, so you look at this on the 12th, what happened? Obviously, a lot more got cleared out on the 12th than here, but this is a significant amount still. Now, if you check the long positions, it's interesting because you're not seeing the longs coming in. You see them being, like I said, it looks like wash trading. But if you go back to shorts, we keep seeing, and this, you can't see it on the 1 hour here. Let's see if it's on the 15-minute. You keep seeing an attempt to buy back in on the shorts and getting knocked down. I don't believe that this run-up is sustainable. I don't believe it's going to last. It is possible it could. There's always that possibility. But it just doesn't seem like it's going to be able to play out for us. Now, there's a couple things to look at. RSI on the daily is in a position where historically in this correction has precipitated a bearish fall. So if you look at where we're at here and you go down the line, each position corresponds or correlates with a drop. Now, this one here wasn't significant, but it led up to another drop, which was significant. Back here on the 6th of January, there was a drop. And then before that, obviously, we had our big run-up and our, all that happened then. So since the correction began, hitting this range precipitates a fall. It's just, on the daily, this is just what has happened. Now, also, we have a hidden bearish divergence here. And if you look at this, and obviously you have to keep in mind that the RSI does slightly change over time because it's based on a period. So keep that in mind. We could adjust this one to here. That'd be more accurate. So you can move these around a little bit. It's obvious that we do have a hidden bearish divergence. We did have a hidden bearish divergence here. The point is, when this one played out, it took a little time. We had a run up, and on the linear chart, that was a false breakout. It was a bull trap. On the log chart, we just bounced off. We then dropped literally from almost 12,000, so 11,500 around there, back down to our double bottom area that we had predicted from back in February. We'd been talking about we were going to be coming back down. This played out. It took a little bit of time, and people said we were foolish and that this was a bull run. Now, I want you to keep in mind something. On February 26th, this started. It didn't end until March 5th, which is a decent amount of time, and we only had one bearish candle on the daily in there. Almost everyone thought we were going bullish at this point. Well, we know it went sour. So just because we see a bullish candle here doesn't necessarily mean we're going to 80,000, 100,000, or $1 million, as John McAfee would tell you, which, by the way, he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. So we have to be rational here. I do honestly believe this is going to play out. If we look at this hidden bearish divergence, we didn't see it play out till we came back on the RSI. So we could see this drop back down and come back up, then drop again. So it could take a few days to play out. It could take a week or more. We could run up to 10,000, maybe 11,000 again. I don't think that is likely. I think 9,000 is very possible. We're very close. 9,500 is possible, but we'd have to break through 9,100. So that's kind of where we're at. I do believe this is a bull trap. I do believe that is going to play out. I just believe that we have heavy resistance and we don't have buyer support. and I don't believe that we've seen enough buyer conviction come back into the market. We haven't seen that panic sell that we really need to see, in my opinion, before we can see the bulls come in and just bounce that price back up. What we're seeing is stagnation, nothing happening, and then suddenly a bunch of movement. And if you look, there's a lot of connections to manipulation such as wash trading rather than just organic growth. That's concerning. I don't really have much more than that to say. I was going to show you a few other things on the 15-minute chart that I've been watching, but I'm going to leave it at this. I'm not telling you not to take a position, because that's not what we're here for, to give financial advice. What I am telling you is be very careful. This could play out into a bullish run. That is possible. It's not likely. In my opinion, it's not likely. I do believe that we are going to see another drop before we can go bullish. That is, in my opinion, the most likely scenario from here. So what should you be watching for? Well, you should watch as this daily closes. We need to see how the next daily, so tomorrow's candle closes. If both of these candles close bullish, it's a significant indication that at least in the short term, we should see it continue bullish to at least 9100, and then we'd have to see 9100 and then our Fibonacci level around 92 to 9300, and obviously large resistance area above us, and our EMA is just a lot of resistance. So those were the things to watch for, to see some confirmation in the candles, definite bullishness in the candles continuing. We should see some buyer confidence return to the market, see organic growth come in to support this move. That would be really nice. So penetrating through this Fibonacci level and closing above it would definitely be a bullish signal, at least on the short term. That'd be something to look for sure. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. We definitely could see this move very fast and very quickly. There was quite a few people were actually looking at this weekend as a pivotal point. A huge part of that was this trend line, hitting this trend line. So that's what we should be looking at. Those are some of my concerns. I don't have a ton of time to get into it, but I do want to leave you with this video before the weekend. Just be careful out there, guys. Really pay attention to the market. Keep an eye on things and use your head. But I do wish you the very best. And if you do take out a position, watch it carefully, because it could turn very fast. So comment below and let me know what you're thinking, if you see anything that maybe you think I've missed. And go ahead and click the like button. We really do appreciate that. Share this video on Twitter and your social media. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And also check out our older videos. Our past few videos, we talked about the pump from the 12th, which was basically pure manipulation. There was no organic growth. There was very little organic growth in there. That's why it didn't last. And we talked a little bit about some of the concerns we had there. This appears to be somewhat continuing, so we need to really pay attention to the market. This has happened in the past, so this is not new. It's something that we've seen in the past. So again, just be very careful out there, and have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.